Who says you have to go to Texas for a chainsaw massacre? Let's review the blood-soaked slasher film, Pieces.
Covenant, calling Raven.
Payback time.
Come on!
Come with me if you want to live.
You just don't turn it off!
The co-eds of a Boston college campus are targeted by a mysterious killer who's creating a human jigsaw puzzle from their body parts. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jason. You're watching Backtrack Cinema, where we celebrate movies of the past that you know and love. And welcome to my review of the slasher flick Pieces. Now, Pieces is a movie I knew nothing about until I kind of joined the horror community, started doing YouTube, and I got the I think it's done by Scream Factory, Shout Factory, or Arrow. I can't remember, but I got the Blu-ray, and I knew nothing about this movie growing up. And if I did, I would have watched it over and over because it had gratuitous nudity and kills coming at your zoo and the freaking gore, man. This is a gory movie. And maybe I've been watching the uncut version. I do not know. And I know it's a Spanish movie, even though it's set in Boston at a Boston co-ed with this maniac wielding a chainsaw. And it's also a whodunit story, and not a bad one, really. Pieces was released in 1982, directed by Juan Piquer Simone, and starring Christopher George, Lynda Day George, Frank Brana, and Edmund Purdom. So I actually really like the way this film starts out. We got this young boy in the 40s putting a jigsaw together of a naked lady. His mother comes in, disgusted. He's repressed by his mother, calls him a filthy boy, goes completely Norma Bates on his ass. And he gets an axe, comes in, kills his freaking mother brutally. Most of these slasher films are like that. They always give you this opening scene that's kind of like the backstory to the killer, or something that makes the killer tick or whatever. So I like that. I actually really like the opening to this movie. Now, in saying that, this movie is wacky and it's freaking weird. It can be wacky and weird. It will suffice all you gore hounds. If you like gratuitous nudity, it has all that. So even the males are in there showing this stuff. Not only is it a slasher from the golden age of the slasher films, it's got some giallo influence in there too. And you can really see that, which makes it, in its style, it makes it different a bit. But some of the wacky and weird shit in this, like when a lady is undressing, they meet a guy in the pool, and just the music going on is like something from the fucking Love Boat or something. And a scene with this aerobic class where these girls are freaking doing their exercises and everything. Something that would make Axel even proud from Friday the 13th Part 4.
Hi, girls. Thanks for waiting.
Okay, let's take a break.
Oh, no.
But just weird freaking scenes, man. I mean, it's over the top. It's freaking cheesy. The acting is just completely over the top, especially from this one actress. You know, apparently this is a famous line in this movie where she's like yelling, "Bastard! Bastard!" They're trying to shut the music off and everything. And while they're doing that, this lady gets killed. And then she comes out and says, "We were trying to shut that music off and that bastard killed her."
While we were out here fumbling with that music, the lousy bastard was in there killing her! Bastard!
Melodramatic to the freaking nines, over the top. That's what makes this movie so freaking weird. She goes in undercover to this college as an ex-tennis star to see if they can find who the killer is and all that. And like I said with the whodunit, it's a whodunit, and I find it doesn't do a completely bad job with it. I mean, the first suspect is the guy who played Bluto in Popeye in 1980. Clearly, you know, big burly guy. You're like, he's the gardener, and you're like, that's too easy. It's clearly not him. You know what I mean? The movie's entertaining enough with all its wacky and weird stuff going on. If anything, the kills will keep you watching this movie. The kills are great. It's the gore. One of my favorites is when a lady gets cut in half with a chainsaw, and then you just see her torso and everything of blood everywhere. It's actually a really cool shot. You know what I mean? And the idea of this killer, you know, taking arms from a victim, taking a head from a different girl, taking the torso from another girl, and, you know, making this jigsaw puzzle with human body parts is interesting enough. I did find the movie, I was kind of getting bored in some spots, but fortunately they put another kill there. But so the pacing, you know, it was lacking. There was really, a lot of the characters weren't anything interesting. Not that I go to these movies for interesting characters, but usually you want to have some fun, right? And then we find out at the end that our undercover girl, Melissa Day George, is is drugged by the dean of the college, and end up being the killer who is the young boy in the movie. You know, we get a little shootout at the end of this, but then we get a fucking weird scene, so weird. It comes out of freaking nowhere, of this jigsaw corpse he's been putting together. It's like turns into a freaking zombie movie. Right at the end, one of the last shots, a hand comes up and rips the guy's freaking balls off. It just comes out of nowhere. You don't actually see him taking these parts, putting this corpse together at all. So it's just like, shit, where'd that come from? But what a wacky and weird experience, this movie. I find the movie doesn't do anything overly well, but the gore, the practical effects, the kills are great. Even though they're really cheesy, but this is the early 80s, but they're done really well because I like kills. I don't know about you do, but if I go to a slasher film and if it says this is a gore fest, I expect to see some gore, and they do a good job on that. I also like the way the killer really looks. I like how he's in darkness. You know, the dark black hat, the black trench coat. You don't see his face at all. I kind of thought that was kind of a cool touch, just the look of him. Texas Chainsaw Massacre being the movie that just, you know, solidified itself as, you know, the killer using a chainsaw. It was nice to see a complete gore fest with a guy wielding a chainsaw as well. So Pieces is one of those movies I think you gotta see for the freaking kills. So I'm gonna give Pieces from 1982 a C. What about you guys? Let me know what you think about Pieces. Let me know in the comments. We'll have a good discussion about this 80s classic. Stick around for that end card. I'll put related content so you can go down the rabbit hole, check out the other channel. Subscribe to the channel if you love this kind of content. And if you're looking forward for more slasher reviews, they are coming, baby. They are coming. My name is Jason. You're watching Backtrack Cinema. I will see you next time, and I will see you in the movies. Cheers.